Today Bitcoin finally breaks the 6,000 level. I mentioned before it was breaking it on Bitfinex, but we couldn't trust the prices because of the whole Tether dump. But right now it's on Bitstamp, on Coinbase, on pretty much every exchange you will see the price of Bitcoin above 6,000. So is this great news? Is this bad news? What can we expect of the future? This is the things that I want to touch on today in this video. And let's first give some time to the bullish scenario, or why I think the charts are actually looking great. So first of all, we have this here, very classic cup and handle move here for Bitcoin. Yeah, we had the first attempt here which failed, and eventually here, and nicely completing this handle, and then a few days of retest, and now going higher. So in terms of patterns, looking good. Looking to the moving averages, so far Bitcoin is holding really easily and really beautifully on this 8 EMA here, and it just continues to move upwards, just doesn't seem to really struggle much. Every time we have a retest, every time we have a correction, it just lands here, and when we had a more serious correction, it just landed on the 21 EMA, which, by the way, both of them, the 8 and 21 EMA, both of them have now crossed the famous pie line that I mentioned before, and I could see this pie line was a real struggle to get past through, but now we're way above, with even important moving averages crossing it. So again, on the moving averages side, everything is looking really bullish, really good. All I see is strength on the chart and no reason to short so far. Now, what else do we have on the bullish side? We have had a lot of this Tether FUD, yes, supposedly Tether funds only being backed, I think, about 74% in real assets, yes, and there's been, of course, problems with Bitfinex since they're connected, and a lot of FUD in this area, and of course a lot of, a huge premium on Bitfinex because a lot of people exiting Tether to buy Bitcoin. It didn't really influence the price of the market so much. Yeah, we had a correction, but now it just keeps on moving forward. And even more importantly, we have now Binance. Yeah, Binance got hacked about 7,000 Bitcoin. Yeah, it was stored on their hot wallet. 7,000 Bitcoins were stolen from customers on Binance. That's about $40 million worth of Bitcoin right there. Usually at any other time, this kind of news would just dump the charts so hard. And what did we have? This is what we had. Yeah, we had this small correction here. Now we're just way above. It was a very short-lived short correction. Yeah. So again, like bad news, like really bad news. The usual stuff that you'd expect would dump the charts, and Bitcoin just holds and just keeps on moving up and up and up. So both on the news side, on the really basic TA of using the moving averages and so on, things are just looking great. Even the pattern, if I just stick to just candles and reading candles, I mean, things are still looking good. There's no major sign of weakness. We just keep on moving up. That being said, I now want to give you the reasons why I'm not getting too excited and why this is not the time to buy Bitcoin. Yeah, now is not the time to buy Bitcoin. I'm about to explain you why. First of all, one of the earliest signs that show up on charts before correction are the divergences. Yeah, we have divergence with the RSI, and we can also have it with volume and with others, but usually volume and RSI are two main indicators. And what do we have? We have the chart going up. Yeah, we can see clearly that the chart is easily moving up. Yeah, here, while the RSI is going down. Sorry, I'm here trying to. While the RSI is going down, while the volume here is also going down. Oh, it won't allow me to transfer this bar. I cannot be lazy. I have to take it from here. Yeah. Volume going down, RSI going down. This is not enough to place a short. Why? Because it doesn't give us an exact entry. It's just saying that there is weakness in the trend. When you see the charts going up and up and up along with the RSI, this is a great sign. Yeah. There's no reason to be super bearish as long as you see this. But you can see, how did we spot the previous bottom? Yeah, why did I tell the premium members in the VIP channel, why did I tell them to buy down there at these levels? We had order between 3.5 and 3,000. So we cut this bottom beautifully at 3,200. Yeah, we had several orders and we cut this bottom really nicely. We had from here already between these levels at almost 4,000 and then all the way down there to almost 3,000. There was a clear bearish divergence on the daily. We went really low on the RSI and then there was a divergence. Now, no, there was a divergence. So when do you buy? Yeah, we had of course other indicators which gave us a more precise entry. Nonetheless, this was an early indicator. What did we have as well? Trend going down while the volume was as well going down. Every time the volume just goes down, whether we're going up or down, if the volume is decreasing, it means a weakening trend, and very often a reversal soon coming in. And then you could see that we had immediately some strong volume, but on the green side coming in. So just here with simple RSI and volume and those two divergences, and of course there was also like a descending wedge and so on, but just with those two things, you could already guess that a reversal was soon going to come, and this was a very simple way of spotting the bottom. So here we have those two things, yeah? We have divergence with volume, with RSI. This is not enough, as I said. Like, I'm not placing any major shorts at these levels. As long as I don't see here on the daily, as long as I don't see a major reason to short, I'm still not going to short. Next reason why I am not too excited yet is that, again, I've talked about this resistance in most of my videos in the past, and as I keep saying, as long as we don't cross 6.8, and we can even say 7,000 to be sure, and hold support above these levels, like we show some strength that we're holding above this huge resistance area here, I have no reason to go long on Bitcoin. Yeah. So, you know, people ask me, is it now buying Bitcoin? I'm like, there are two places to buy Bitcoin, in my opinion. Above 7,000 if we hold, or again down here, you know, at probably 4,000 something. Yeah, or even lower if we go lower. But now this is just turbulence zone. It's not the time. It is not the time at all to buy Bitcoin. Yeah, it's just a bad time. Just don't do it. Again, you know, don't be mad at me if we go higher and say, I could have made money. Sure, but my advice is always to stay on the safe side, and my advice is don't buy a resistance. Yeah, just as I would say that don't sell at a clear support level. Yeah. So, you know, this level has just been, as I said many times before, the strongest support we ever had, ever on Bitcoin. Yeah, so theoretically, and again, it's just a theory, it should be a major resistance, and I doubt that we will simply get past this level so easily. The other thing also is we have been in an uptrend since December. Yeah, it's been now 100 and, you know, soon 45 days. Yeah, almost 5 months of constant uptrend. Yeah. The weekly chart is just green, and I think 2 reds. Yeah. So I also think it's time to maybe cool off a little bit. I think that we need, like, we just don't have much steam to go much higher, and I think all of this we're seeing here is just leftover steam, but I don't think that we have what it takes to push much higher. The other thing which here is, I mean, it only makes sense, but I still want to show you the VPVR, yeah, the volume profile. And you can see here this huge spike at 6,400, which is pretty much coming exactly where I have this line in the middle between the two edges of this resistance line. So, and it only makes sense, yeah, this is where the most amount of volume was traded. But you can see here this clear line, and then the VPVR confirming here that this level should be a major resistance. Finally, what do we have? We have, I want to show you, I've used this indicator before, yeah, and I'm sure some of you know it already. The NVT signal, which has been in the red for a while now, and we have yet to see a point in which Bitcoin was in the red and didn't eventually dump lower. You can see here, you know, when it first triggered here, Bitcoin was entering these levels, and then it just went a little bit higher and never went higher since then. All of this was red, and then we dumped. Yeah. Here, what happened? We entered these levels, we were there for a while, and then we dumped, and we never went higher since then. The only time we had a green signal in the last 2 years was at 6K, and it was the perfect bottom that we held for a whole year after that. When was the last time we had a green signal? Last time we had a green signal actually was the bottom of the last bear market. We had a green signal on the NVT. This was a buy signal. This was the bottom, the real bottom of the bear market, and the NVT signals spotted it. For those who were not sure, you could also buy up here. It was still a signal, and that green signal was just before the major pump here. So either way, it worked every time. But what happened here? We had a similar pattern where we went down, and then we went higher for a while, and we had a bit of confidence, and the red signal triggered. Yeah, red signal triggered, and eventually we went lower, and actually much lower. Every time the signal triggered, we just corrected. And every time the green signal triggered, it was before a major pump. Red signals, like you can see, it called every single fucking bottom and every single fucking top since the beginning of Bitcoin. So does it mean it's going to happen this time? No, but the odds are really high. Yeah, so I just doubt that being in the red is just a solid setup for us to go long and hope that we're going to go much higher. Now again, how high are we going to go? We could go higher, as I said. You know, if you ask me now, what's next, since this is the title of this video, what's next for Bitcoin? I think there's a pretty good chance that we see a short squeeze. The shorts keep on, you know, getting higher. If you look at the Bitfinex Bitcoin shorts, if you look at the chart, the shorts just keep on increasing as we get closer here to this resistance. And I think that we might, again, no guarantee here, but we might see a short squeeze, which could be, you know, I would assume that a lot of people will have buy orders at maybe, you know, if we break 65, I think a lot of people will have buy orders and will decide to go long on Bitcoin. In my opinion, that is, again, a very big mistake. It's still not a safe place to buy. And I think that what we could see is, first of all, a short squeeze to get rid of all those shorts. And what happens when your short hits a stop loss? It basically turns into a buy order. Yeah, how do you close a short? You buy. Yeah, it's that simple. So all of these are going to turn into buy orders. And then plus all the people who will decide to go long, maybe at 65 or something. If we go that high, by the way, maybe we will never reach this price. But if we reach this price, we could see, you know, a bit of a crazy spike. And let's say it could go to 68, maybe a bit higher, I don't know. But I think that after that, we're just going to dump pretty badly. You know, we could stay around here for a while, but I just think eventually we need to come back down to these levels here. Yeah, as I said, there are two places to buy Bitcoin. It's above 7K, or if we really see a really strong support above 6K. Yeah, but not now. We just entered 6K. Now is not the time to buy Bitcoin. Or, you know, I will be looking at, you know, adding onto my Bitcoin position only if we come down there. Or actually, I would be so happy if we just come all the way back down there. That would be amazing, or even lower. Like, you know, personally, I'm one of those guys who would be super stoked to see Bitcoin at, you know, 2K, heck, even 1K. I doubt we're gonna go to 1K, but, and personally, I think that the 3K bottom is in. I doubt that we're gonna go lower, but you never know. You really never know. But either way, I'd be really stoked if we get, you know, another opportunity to, you know, first of all, to short all the way down there, and then to buy again down there, because we're just gonna have way more Bitcoin by the time we enter a bull market again. So, as I said, be super careful here. We have more and more indicators telling us to just chill out. Now is the time. You know, it's not the time to panic. It's not the time, but it's just not the time. I'm not telling you to sell all your positions. I'm not telling you to go short. You know, we will update our premium members in the channel when we see that there's a clear short setup. But until then, just be cautious. Yeah, have your portfolio holdings. Now, I'm mostly actually doing a lot of very short-term, super high leverage, like 50x, 100x on the 1 minute chart these days. So I'm not really doing that much swing trading. But for you out there doing swing trading, for you out there, you know, or just simply wanting to buy and hold, now is not yet the time. Don't buy into this FOMO. I'm not saying it's not possible that we break. Bitcoin loves to do some stupid things sometimes, and we might break above again. I'm not saying it's not possible, but if we do, you want to see that break, wait for a correction, and then eventually buy in. So that's it for this video, guys. You know, be careful, trade carefully, and, you know, make sure to join our free channel at Golden Bulls Free. We have a Telegram channel. I can show you now, actually. Here you can see, here we have our Golden Bulls Free channel. Yeah, we post signals, we post articles, we post all the YouTube videos that I make, of course, are on there. And of course we have, you know, our premium channel. We have different things on there. But for now, just come and join the free channel if you're not yet there. Telegram is just a great way to stay in touch. So join us, Golden Bulls Free on Telegram. I will put the link in the description below. So this is it for this video, guys. Trade safe, and we'll talk soon.